One of the biggest problems facing lawn care businesses is finding good employees. Almost every owner has been there, ending up with employees that maybe aren't hardworking or don't work up to standards, or even quit after a couple weeks. But what if there was a way that you could get a crew that would work for you 24/7 and be excited to clock in every morning?
Kim Hunter, the owner and founder of the Green Goats, a company that serves areas of Wisconsin and Illinois, did just that. Her lawn crew consists of almost 200 goats. She started the company back in 2008 and got the idea from the weeds on her parents' new countryside property. People had recommended that she get goats to remove the weeds naturally.
I came home with my 3 little goats on leashes, and we have buckthorn on the property. And growing up north of Chicago, all the parks are just loaded with buckthorn. It's the dominant plant. And so I knew about the problem, and I thought, boy, if I could train these guys to eat buckthorn, I'd really have something. So I brought my little goats in, and I turned them loose in the pasture, and they ran past the alfalfa, they ran past the grass, past the clover, and they jumped up on the buckthorn trees and started eating them. I thought, well, that was easy. Turns out that's like their favorite food. They love buckthorn. And so I started thinking, other people could use this too. And this was 2008. There was not a lot of work available. So I thought, hey, I'll give this a try. And I got my little goat thing started with like 6 or 7 goats. And I started knocking on neighbors' doors with my little goats. And then it grew from there. So even in the middle of the recession, I had a business that was growing.
Goats offer a natural lawn care and landscaping solution, and the goats can manage properties that would be difficult and tedious for human crews to tackle.
The process is that we're using goats to actually replace what was here before.
Before settlements, bison and prairie fires rejuvenated the soil.
Sometimes I ask, can goats save the world by rejuvenating the prairies and the oak savannas? And but that's what the goats are doing. I say goats are the new bison.
Invasive plants like buckthorn, thistle, and even poison ivy are treats to the goats. And the biggest scuffle Hunter's crew has with each other is who gets to eat the best buckthorn leaves.
So the way we're working in this woods, the goats went through here once already, about 6 weeks ago. And they stripped everything they could reach. They defoliated everything. Then we wait for it to recover a little, because in order for these plants to grow leaves in spring, they have to go into their bank account, which is their roots. And the money that plants use is sugar, carbohydrates. And that's what's in the roots. So that comes up, through the plant, and they use that to build the brand new leaves in spring. Then those leaves start to work for them, unless a goat comes along and eats them. So hopefully every time we do this, there's less money in the bank account until we finally put the plant into foreclosure and that kills it.
The goats do efficient work. 2 times through on this particular property, which was wood so thick they were hard to walk through, and now the leaves are cleared as well as the bushes and plants that originally covered the ground. Goat lawn mowing is a lot like traditional mowing. If you do it just once a year, your lawn will come back with a vengeance. The goats need to return once or twice to trim any plants that have managed to regrow.